Okay, I just touched the record button. Like I'm adding in the touching the record button because I want to make it feel like it's raw and, like this raw footage of me starting my new channel, you know? But yeah, hi. This is the first video that is going to be on this channel, and you don't know me, I don't know you. Well, that's cliche, but I've been thinking about making this type of channel for a while now. I never got around to do it because, first of all, it was just really cringy, to be honest. The concept of it's very cringy. A 16-year-old kid talking about his feelings and thoughts about the world. Like, who cares? Get a life, right? But being self-aware of that isn't gonna help me at all. So I'm just gonna do it before I regret anything. Doing more is better than doing less. And I know that there is a quote that is like, more is less. Getting off topic, sorry. I'm not doing this to get views. You can obviously think that I'm bullcrapping, but seriously, yeah, I really don't care about the views on this channel. I already have another channel that is going on, and I care more about views on that channel, but this channel, it's a very low-key, like a secret thing. My family doesn't know, my friends don't know, and it's just a very private, intimate thing because basically it's like a diary. It's my diary. I think it would be very cool if I revisited this channel, like, when I'm 60 years old, and I would think like those were the good old days where I used to think poetically and like overthink on lots of things. I have a mullet. I have a mullet. It's a work in progress, actually. And now it just, it just looks like I shaved this side because I did, But the mullet looks good on me. Or so I think. I'm gonna like go through phases of the mullet. This is the level 1 of the mullet. It's nothing exciting going on. But once you like really grow that mane, in the back. So you actually get to see my mullet progression, and yeah, you should be grateful. But yeah, I don't care if anyone watches this. I don't care if this gets 0 views. Like I said, this is just the thing for me. And it's kind of ironic though, because like I'm explaining it to you because I'm expecting a viewer. See, like this overthinking just happens. I don't like it. At this day and age, I hate saying that, but I have to say it in order to make my point. At this day and age, anything you say can be held against you, because these are sensitive times, Now I really need like a jazz music, and I need a cigarette, like I need a cigarette. Like, these are sensitive times. All of these videos are gonna be unscripted. I'm just gonna be rambling on stuff. This first video, the topic is just learning about yourself, It's a very cliche thing, and if there are gonna be people watching this, I hope it's especially teenagers. I hope it's especially teenagers, I don't care who you're, just teenagers, please listen to me. When you're in your teenage years, you don't know how to act. You don't have a definite base of what you're trying to do or what you're trying to become. So you have to start from scratch, and that scratch is basically watch movies and TV shows and act like Jughead and say, I'm weird, I'm a weirdo. Have you ever seen me
without this stupid hat on? That's weird.
But yeah, I'm not judging, There are definitely a lot of teenagers who try to become like characters, and gotta say, it's toxic. It's very toxic. And I'm not the one to talk because I still do that stuff. I watched House of Cards way back, and I was like, dude, he's so badass. Now that I think about it, no. The main character is an asshole. He's a cold, ruthless guy. And I try to become like him by talking in a very monotone voice. You talk about your manipulation and how you're so smart. It's even sadder when you encounter a teenager who's trying to become like a character and you know that character. It's bad, and I especially don't like those edgy teenagers. You can wear edgy stuff, you can have the appearance of edginess, but the fact that you have to act all, like, F the world, I don't care about anything, LMAO, okay, like that stuff, come on, stop being an asshole. It's just stop. Nobody cares. Just try to become a good person, And that's what I'm trying to say. Trying to become like characters in movies and TV shows, it's not a bad thing, It's not a bad thing. It's a toxic thing, but it's not a bad thing, It's like a gun. You have to use it wisely and carefully. The best advice that I could give myself at the moment is you can become like any character you want. You can imitate any character you want because you like them. You look up to them, You can't blame yourself for that. But before you try to imitate that character, before you try to become like that character, I think the important base to have is just, honestly, just try to be a good person. The base, you need the base. You can't go up without the base, So the base needs to be like just a normal, good person. You don't need to have any quirks. You don't need to have any, like weird abilities. You just, first off, you just need to have a good person quality, And I know that's boring, it's bland, but for me, I think that's like the best advice I could ever get. When you don't have that base, you're just stuck with your, that imitation of that character. And then when somebody calls you out for that, like somebody says like, stop trying to act like Eren Yeager, you kind of become like insulted and you kind of become angry and you're like, why? Even if they pulled off your mask that you're trying to imitate, you still have that base of a good person. But yeah, oh yeah, also, have you seen that Loki show? Holy cow. That's amazing. It's like, this is my childhood. Like, when I grow up, I'm gonna talk about these stuff. Like,